right, Ryan, I hope you enjoy the match from home.
Here we go.
All right, so we have Judie Wilson and Lindsay Carroll.
Wow. This is Judie's lag all the way. Judie wins the lag. And that could be important in a set like this because it's an alternate break format, and it's a race to 7. And if it comes down to hill, Judie has the first shot of the very last or case game on hill, and that occasionally could be the clincher. On the JPNEWT tour, on the break shot, the 9-ball only counts in the 2 side pockets and the 2 upper corner pockets from where the balls are broken from at the head of the table. It's a 1 push out after the break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player, same game is loss of game. Standard rules, for those of you that don't know about 9-ball and are looking for the first time, it's no balls need be called, and you hit the low number ball first, and anything that happens, happens.
Judie Wilson to break.
The 9-ball is in the tub there, the stationary tub. And here's Lindsay at the table. First time I've seen this lady in action. I got informed that she's from Dundalk, Maryland, and it's nice to see her venturing out here. She won a couple matches on the winner's side and before losing, and now she's
Gonna play a push?
She can.
No?
Nah, get this. These people. Yeah.
A try there by Lindsay.
That's Oblivio Newton-John there.
So, folks, you might see a few people walking in front of the camera here like they're lost. I don't know if the bar has informed that we have a tournament going on over here. But
Judie plays safe, and Lindsay back at the table with a fairly awkward-looking shot.
Nice try there by Lindsay.
Nice try. Looked like she showed good form at the table. She was over the ball well. I had a good look at the line, and her stroke went nice and straight.
So I can give you a little bit of background about a little bit of background on Lindsay. She's a league player, and I think she's a skill level 4-5, maybe a 4. And she's out here, as we were talking about earlier, trying to learn and cut her teeth out here with some tougher action. And so she had the nerve to come out and get in the box. And she got 2 games on the A side under her belt. She's now here on the TV table.
And like I said this hours earlier, I'll say it again. The only way you can really improve is to play better players where your shot has value. And that's a nice shot there. She's it's problematical whether she could touch the 3-ball from here. It's probably doubtful.
Nice try.
Well, here's Judie with ball in hand. Judie has been a stalwart member of this tour. Over the last couple of years, she was the technical director, the website lady, all the above.
All the above.
Nice lady. Pretty good player too. She's cashed.
She's a straight shooter, George.
Yeah.
Straight shooter, no question.
Here she's a little out of line. She's going to have to play a lot of high left to try to torture this ball to hit the 8 coming off that rail. I don't think she's got the angle myself. She might be able to brush it. And there was an attempt at the high left, and Judie's cue ball squirted on her. When those inside English shots, you gotta, if you're going a tip and a half to English, you gotta go a tip and a half to the inside of where your target line was to allow for that deflection. Even if you've got one of those either carbon shafts or pizza pie shafts, laminated with lots of wood shafts, the new modern equipment. Uh-oh. Lindsay is misplaced her mineral.
All right, so Judie to the table. Line up that 6.
It's like something happened down there. I don't know what. It looked like a cathartic type of an encounter there. Catharsis. A cleansing of the spirit. Oh, how's the speed, Trooper?
Wow, that just kept going, didn't it?
That was like the Energizer Bunny.
It looked like it was going to stop 2 revolutions before that, and it just kept going.
It was like the Energizer Bunny. It kept going and going. She might be able to nick it. I don't know if she can make it. Oh, yeah. Nice touch there from Judie. Good shot.
Hi, Tim. Thank you for checking in. How are you doing today, sir? Tim Spohr, Dylan Spohr's dad, hopping in the chat. Tim, we're doing great today. We had some technical issues. We got through them.
Judie Wilson takes game number 1 and takes a 1-0 lead over Miss Lindsay Carroll. But I noticed every time when I was new playing in tournaments, and I'd go to an out-of-state tournament or a bigger tournament, when I came back to the home room and all and was playing around town, I noticed that my focus, concentration, and everything got enhanced, got heightened by the experience of being in an atmosphere where the players and all were focused themselves. And that's what this is all about. For any of you league players that are bored with getting 6 and 7 shots every game and you think your game's progressed, come out here and stick your toe in the water. You'll get at least 2 good matches for your money, and there's no handicaps in this. Everybody plays even, and you could play a champion, or you could play another person like yourself, but you're going to give yourself a chance to compete with the best in the region.
No.
Excuse me.
Oh, the last one?
And as we mentioned, and I think maybe we were doing some other things during that time, but you probably saw George over there talking to the table, to the people at the table. It looked like they were talking about some shots, but often what'll happen is there will be a little powwow after a match, and people talking about shots or talking about techniques or approaches, and there's a lot of that goes on here. So there's a lot of invaluable experience that you're not going to get from anywhere else besides coming out to I would say a player-friendly tournament, because there are some tournaments you go to that the folks aren't quite as I would say hospitable. This is a very friendly. These women are here to empower one another and elevate each other's game. So it's a good place to go, ladies. If you're trying to improve your game, come on out to the JPNEWT.
Wow, she had ball in hand and selected that shot.
It just kept
Maybe
going.
maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Ellie beat her. So Ellie, yeah. And now.
Good hit.
A good hit from Judie, but there isn't much of a market in there. Even if Lindsay can hit a blistering shot with a lot of left English into those balls, nothing really much can happen there, because they're all going to double kiss one another near the
Yeah,
rail.
nothing that you could count on anyway.
Here, I thin this ball. I go up
Exactly.
table towards the 7.
So that's exactly what she's going to do here.
All right,
You got to watch the side.
it's on 3 seconds.
You called it, George. You called it. Hit it a little too thin. Needed to catch a little bit more of that ball, change the angle a little bit. But that was going to probably hit the 8.
I know she is, right? Facebook famous.
This shot I like better from Judie. Draw her ball back a little low left.
And we were missing some regulars too, so that's even better.
But she can't hold her ball from the 5 to the 6, and she just looked at the heavens. She's got a spinner rock, lots of right-hand ball, and just turn it. That was poor position play with ball in hand. It was, but those balls were sitting tricky. Here's opportunity for Lindsay. This shot's a little bit skinny, but she should come back inside the 9. If she makes it. That 6 ball might not have any green paint on it if they keep slapping it around any longer. They might have to go to the back and get a fresh 6 ball. Just kidding, folks. That's a little short. She started to reach in that pocket.
Yeah, that's a good job. Way to hold it back. That's at league play. You know that, George. They want to reach in the pocket. That's
sure. They made a mistake and they want to lose as quick as they can. Well, this is like a Z shot. I don't know if she's got this shot. No, I don't know how she plays.
She's queuing up like she got it.
That's gone.
Just caught it a little thin. A
Most
little bit of
lot
bottom right there.
Yeah, a lot of matches get lost in these events. And I know Lindsay's husband Ryan is sweating the stream right now, rooting for his lady. That's ideal. She can roll just straight away and get straight in on the 9-ball.
Hello, Brandon. Thank you for joining us. Brandon Milbury.
Judie Wilson takes a 2-0 lead. We're here at Triple Nines Bar and Billiards in Elkridge, Maryland. Gracious host for the JPNEWT tour for years now, and there are 3 events scheduled here, I believe, in 2022. This tournament, one in the middle of the year, and then the grand finale in December. Those are the 3 I'm aware of that are scheduled here at the Triple Nines. Stan and his staff do a great job in here, providing a nice place to play, good equipment, and just a nice place. This has been a host for regional tour stops for over 30 years.
So Brandon's here wanting to pick up some more one-liners from the famous George Hammerbacher. I was going to say infamous, but we'll say famous.
Well,
Oh, wait a minute. You are playing.
here we got an open look here. The Martha and the no, I wanted to say that. I was going to say Crossfire with the Martha and the Vandellas from 1966, but nobody knows that because nobody was alive listening to that stream at this time. Just me. I was graduating high school.
Oh, come on. Don't scratch.
Oh, right. She cuts the room.
Oh,
right.
man. Nice effort.
It's the 5th of the month. The landlord, the locksmith, and the sheriff
tell you,
were all at
that's
the front door knocking.
She's got quite a couple of shots where she's just thinned the ball beautifully. Not rewarded, but pretty good stroke on the ball.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that was slightly a bad hit.
So Ryan is suggesting that they keep the cue on the table. I think that's probably a good piece of advice.
I'd say that she might have a chance to do some business here. This is something I'm against. When you got a ball in hand, and she's going to take a shot where she's going to have to stretch, reach for the bridge, that's bad business.
So George is of the mind that even though that it's closer pocket and it might appear the pocket that you want to choose, if you've got to go break out the bridge, you should take a better look at the table and see if there's other options, right, George?
Yes. She sculled out there. She only had about half to 3/4 of that pocket as it was. She had a straight in stop, shooting stop to the top corner pocket. She could have put the cue ball 8 inches away and not had to work so hard.
Hello, Melissa. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Melissa and Carroll on the way back north, headed back towards Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, or are you going to be back tomorrow? That was a pretty proficient shot with the
I
bridge.
think she got
That
the
was
angle
good.
there, George.
She's got just the right angle on the 5 to come off with a high right and fall on the 6 in the side. Nice. She's subject to do some business from here. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how she plays quite yet, but we'll find out. High on the ball. That's okay too. Now she's got to get the green bottle out and call for the rolling rock, boy.
Just come forward just a little bit.
Rolled it a 7 ball. That's a nice play. This is a 3/4 ball type shot, center just a little bit to the her right side of the center of the 7. No.
Oh, good try. So, George, I don't think she shoots on 9-foot tables at all. Ryan, can you fill me in? Is this the first time that she shot on a 9-foot table, aside from just messing around? I don't think I've recall hearing Lindsay at all shoot on 9-foot tables.
We talked about this extensively last week with a very seasoned player talking about Mike Frank last week, talking about the difference in 7-foot to 9-foot and the style of shots that you play. This is center bottom edge, half ball classic. Oh, she didn't cut the ball.
So they have an 8-foot Gordon Taylor at home, he said. So they have an 8-foot table. Not quite the 9, but not a 7. What do you think about 9-foot tables, George?
About what?
9-foot tables. They have a 9-foot table at home.
You got the right cloth, good cushions on it. It's all good.
I was just thinking about, you have the 9-foot, you have the 7-foot. Very rarely do you see an 8-foot table anymore. That sounds like a great practice table, actually.
They were actually prevalent in the South when I traveled through the South. In Tennessee, I got lots of action on 8-foot tables in Knoxville, Nashville. Lots of places featured 8-foot tables.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
And you very seldom even saw Brunswicks down. Nice shot.
Nice
from
shot
there.
by Lindsay.
Lindsay is 2-1 down. But you never saw Brunswicks down there. The only tables that I saw, 9-foot tables, down in the South, like Virginia and down, were the Gandy Big G tables out of Macon, Georgia.
Macon, Georgia. Brings back days of being down there in the Army, being at the Hunter Army Airfield.
Well, I went through all those places when I was traveling. There were a few places in the United States that I didn't chalk up in, along the way.
So they say they got 860 cloth on there. So it's pretty.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Plays exactly like a diamond. Say no more. If you've got legitimate cushions on the table, and you got the right cloth, it's finding the room for a 9-foot table is always a challenge. I gave lessons in a place that I used to, I still do. I still get referrals from a place that sells pool tables and would package my lessons in with the pool tables in times gone by, and now today too, for as a matter of fact, they've been back into it. And that I went into a house that had to be 7,000 square feet, had about 25 rooms. It was a mansion.
My goodness.
And they had a 1923 Brunswick arcade 4.5 by 9 in the basement. It had been redone and all, a spectacular table. And when I got downstairs, it was in a room where you only had 4 feet on one side, 4 feet on the other side, and you had to get a jump cue type of a thing. And I asked the guy, I said, maybe you might consider taking out one of these walls and building out a nice big game room here. And he looked at me with a blank look on his face and said, why would we ever do that? And that's when I knew that my trips to that place were going to be numbered. He was a trust fund baby. Born on third base and swore he hit a triple. There's a one-liner for you. How can you fade that one-liner?
Oh.
Oh. Dr. Dumpenstein, I presume. Cool.
Not much here to work with.
She can't get in there. She ain't gonna make a good hit here. 8's gonna move. No good.
I don't know.
But here's the case again, and I tell all aspiring players, if you ever have a questionable hit and your opponent is going to shoot a ball like that, you always get a neutral party.
Yeah, and I didn't have the angle to really see it. I should have switched to this top angle.
Well,
behind her.
it was
Definitely needed to have somebody watching for sure. Ah, ball on the floor, man down.
Yeah, you know, the thing is that if it's a questionable call, it always goes to the shooter.
Right.
When you get a third party in there to call the hit, there's never a misunderstanding. If you're here for the one-liners, you'll get a few more. I'm usually good for about
30.
Let's say she went colorblind on that encounter. The ball was brown and she thought it was pink. She's got to draw this ball. Why?
Yeah.
It's okay. When you roll that ball, it's right in front of you. It's much easier to control under pressure, especially.
She's looking good here.
That's fair. She's going to end up on the rail and flat unless she slams this ball.
I'm sorry. There we go.
Like I said, she can just shoot and stop, settle for the long 8, and don't try to get piggy with this. That's correct. Another shot, a little low right ball, and making sure you shoot to the outside of that pocket, to the leather boot. Right out there, because people get fooled. They go for the center of the pocket, and the point of the pocket's in between there in the center on that angle, and they get and they juggle the ball, and they wonder what happened.
That's a good point, George. I am guilty of that. The angle coming in sometimes, that point is right there in your line. and
It's a
condition.
gift.
Yeah.
And when you shoot, when you see the center, when you can visualize the center of your object ball going down that rail and hitting the outside leather piece or boot of that pocket, the laws of gravity will take over every time, and the ball will go straight down, just like you saw that one go. If you go for the center and even touch these rails, and you reach for that big pen and sign over the paycheck.
Sign it off, buddy. Good to see you.
Hi, Lance. Lance Tolson, good player. I played Lance 20, 25 years ago on the regional tours around this region. Good player. A little crazy, and that's what you really got to be good. Got to be. He isn't zany, he's just crazy. But a good mechanic, good man. Lots of heart.
So Judie, sponsored by Straight Pool Eye. You see that on the back of her shirt there. And see she's got In the Zone. I think she's an In the Zone sponsored player.
At least they used a pretty eye as their logo, and not and not an Igor or Quasimodo looking eye. Can you imagine seeing that drooped eye, you know, that eyelid down there like this? Ooh.
George.
I'm incorrigible, I'm sorry. She might have left a little opening there called the keyhole. I'm not sure. I can't quite, but it's close, I think. Yes, indeedy, sweetie. The back cut on the 2-ball on the side from the pike position. The degree of difficulty, 8.7 with the inside ball. She's playing the corner, so never mind.
Nice shot. Get off the rail.
A stroke tester. A good hit. This looks like a thin ball into the 7 and way up table.
You called it. That's the shot.
Yeah. She might still have a little red paint in her story, or she might have to spin it rail first with right hand ball if she's got the shot. I don't know. That could have turned out worse. On the adjacent table, we have Miss Kathy Friend, also from Dundalk, Maryland, playing
That's right.
Ada Liu, and the winner of that match goes to the hot seat match for tomorrow, and it's guaranteed third money here, and a nice little click.
That's a nice shot there by
Oh yeah,
Lindsay.
Lindsay, that was tasty. She might be able to nick it.
Kitchen. First, I thought she was hit it clean enough to make it.
Well, this will show something. This shot's like play the low left draw into the cut pocket. You got to play the cut pocket. That's not bad, but she's going to end up. If she plays this 4 and makes it, she's going to have the right line on the 5, long distance, but parallel with it. If she makes the 4, stay down and make it. Nah, a little chunky, just like the instructor. Just hit that ball too thick, too chunky, and flat out. If she would have had a lovely shot, the cue ball would have been where the 4 was right now. That's it. Now, the trouble with this one is, this is 4 rail. She's got to really turn this cue ball with center right hand English. Firm. No. Hit too low on the ball.
Yeah, opened up the wide angle off the rail there, off that short rail.
Yeah, I was seeing her coming off into here and there.
Yeah,
She
we
needed
wanted to catch. You wanted to catch that long rail, that top long rail, around the center diamond, come down on the, not on the pro side, on the natural side of the
It was
7.
a pipe dream to think you could land on the short side.
Oh yeah, yeah. How's the speed?
That's
the
between
speed? It's pretty close.
fair and so-so.
Pretty close.
There's a cut available on the side, and a long shot from the middle diamond, from this mid diamond here, on the 8.
So the way Lindsay's looking at this, she's feeling like she can cut this ball in that side pocket based on how she was just lining up the shot.
All she can do is really roll this ball in, and the good thing is that the 7 ball will be on one rail and the cue ball will be on the other rail if she misses. But she hit the ball too full, and that was the wrong miss. Judie has to roll to the short side. That's fair, but she's A little straight and a little flatter on the rail. That was about all she had. You get a lot of this shot with that 9 ball in the middle of the rack like that. And it's a good
Very
practice drill to put your cue ball in hand behind the head string and practice shots like the shot Judie has. She missed another ball just like that the same way on the full side. That's a shot, Wayne. They're playing this tour with the men and the pros with this tiebreaker where they're making them shoot the ball, the 10 ball, like one ball behind the spot from behind the line, or shots like that. And that's a tiebreaker type shot for the pro men. And they're only about 70-30, guys that are 750 and up, far goes to make that ball. This is a tough shot here. I think she's going to try to cut it to her right. Because she can get her cue out in the back behind out away from her and get it on this line. If she goes to the other side, that cue sticks in close to her body, and that would be a tougher shot. Considering the laws of human physiology.
Line up that 9 ball.
That's still the correct shot.
That's right.
That's still the correct shot. Not an easy shot by anybody's stretch. If I wanted to continue to lose weight and go on a diet myself, I would just bet on that shot and I would starve. Very tough shot. She hit that ball a little full, dribbled it in the pocket, and that took the scratch out of play.
4 games to 1. Judie Wilson over Lindsay Carroll on a race to 7. If you're just joining us, my name is Wayne Everhart from ThinkTech MD. This is TTMD Billiards Streaming. We're out here today at 999's Bar and Billiards in Elkridge, Maryland. This is the JPNEWT Tour Stop number 1. We're out here, we've got George Hammerbacher in the booth. Now, George, a longtime voice of the various streams in the area, APT and JPNEWT. There's probably other ones out there I don't know about.
Also did some with Inside Pool.
Inside Pool,
and,
yeah.
And CSI. Out to Vegas and did some state tournaments in other places for CSI. Ozzie Reynolds was the original owner of the Action Tour, and until he sold out about 4 years ago, and he went out to CSI, and now he's the boss out there. He brought me out for a couple of events and at the Rio and the American rotation 14.
14-1, yeah.
American rotation. I've done the 14-1s. That's a good break. Ho 7. I think she's okay. I think she's got a shot on the 1.
Talk about 14-1. We'll have another conversation about that later. I'd like to talk with you about what you think about the latest, which Jason Shaw did with his run. And I'm just curious what everybody thinks. I know that they're selling that table or sold the table that record was broke on. Feels like to me you might want to give some other people a swing before they take that table and decommission it. What do you think about that, George?
Hey, I can say that when you own something, you've got the right to sell it.
That's true. I guess I can't argue with that statement.
And in all probability, it was sold, might have been sold at auction, and possibly there might have been proceeds that went maybe to something charitable. I don't know.
Yeah, and it could go to some kind of
nice bank,
like to some kind of museum or something too. Would be nice. But I guess what I'm thinking about it from a analytical perspective, because I'm an analytical person, and I would think if it was just broken, and that you might want to give somebody a swing, just so I guess for posterity, just to show that this table is tough and it's not easy, and because there's a lot of stuff going around. I'm saying the table is forgiven and stuff like that, and I think if that stuff was going around for me, I'd want to give somebody else a shot at it to see what they did. Not taking anything away from Jason, because what he did was incredible. All you have to do is just watch. He was a monster. Blisters on his hands. So.
I can tell you that it was set on a gold crown, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And in all probability, and I might be wrong. Oh, nice try. That it was probably 4 7/8 pockets and 5 1/16 across the sides.
Yeah.
And he's used to playing on 4 1/4.
Yeah, and I think that's it, George. And I think it was a perfectly level,
storm.
Beautiful table
with new cloth.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was gathering out of it. That you could just slow roll balls the entire length of the table if you needed to. You didn't have to worry about anything.
Well, you see, you can hit balls down the rails, and the pockets, like on a table like that, will play 5 1/2 plus. Those are going to be like an inch bigger than Jason is used to playing on the either the racing tables or the diamond tables that he traditionally shoots on. And but you see, straight pull anyway is an endurance thing, and if with big pockets or small pockets, the best I ever ran was 183.
That's pretty strong, George. No?
I played 1,000 points a day, every day, for 5 years straight at one point.
So what do you think about not one pocket, straight pull? You think it's got legs? It could come back again?
I believe it will. And the reason I can say that is, and you're an analytical person, and you might agree with me on this point, Wayne, is that it's the one game we can measure our improvement quantitatively. How many balls we ran. If we play matches, you and me, and we play 10 150-point matches, and we have 10 different scores, we can establish a pretty fair handicapping system that's not subjective, that it's objective.
I like the thought process there, George.
And I played a straight pool league. It was in Anne Arundel County a number of years ago. That was the forerunner of this originally Maryland straight pool that became the American straight pool with Peter Burrows. Peter Burrows ran that league too, and in Anne Arundel County, and Glen Burnie, and before that in Arnold, Maryland, near down farther south in the county. But the straight pool game has all elements in it. It has.
Well, speaking of straight pool, we have Mr. Eric Nelson in the stream. Now, Eric is I guess you would say the owner of TSP, Straight Pool Live, and sponsor of Judie here. He popped in the stream.
That's good touch there. She's going to go a little past her, and she can either draw the ball low left and lurch it over, or just go straight across. Low right, rather. But she hit the ball a little roughly. These pockets are about 4 7/8 across. I checked them before we started. But the rails are springy and fast, and you can't hit short on them. Oh.
That just like spit it right back out.
There's like
it was in the hole and spit it out.
There's like a hand down there that pushes them out.
Oh.
Unless you paid your dues. Here's another example of that 9 ball in the dead center of that rack area where it never moved after the break. With the magic rack, that happens.
If you ever watch a template break in slow motion, you'll see the template lots of time kick up in the air, and it'll cradle the 9 ball and hold it.
A good shot from Judie. She gets 5-1 lead on Lindsay. She's taking a tasty break with tasty cakes.
All right, so ladies are going to take a quick time out. While they're doing that, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for joining us today and popping back in. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties with drop frames. We were able to finally sort that out. So thank you for that. So tomorrow we expect a nice clean stream.
Pardon me?
So as we finish up these matches today, just as a reminder, we'll be back tomorrow, starting again at 11 a.m. Any ladies out there, if you happen to be listening and you're in the area, we're having a under 450 Fargo ladies event tomorrow at
I used to work
I believe
on
1 p.m.
Road.
It'll be preceded by a clinic by Linda Shea at 12 noon. So if you have time and you want to come out and meet some of these ladies and find out what it's all about, sign up for the Under 450 Fargo event. Come on out. Or you can message me and let me know that you're going to come. You can either do that by going to the JPNEWT website and going to the Contact Us form. You can fill that out there. Or you can just go into Facebook and message TTMD Billiard Streaming or JPNEWT, either one, and we'll get the message and we'll let you know. If you can't make it this event, we can get you squared away for another event. But the idea is to keep this thing growing, keep the ladies coming, build the program. We're going to do chip tournaments before every JPNEWT event. So the Friday night preceding the tournament, we're going to have a chip tournament, try to get those guys involved and some of the patrons at the pool room. And if it all goes well and we get the interest, what we'd like to do is have those people come back the following. I'm talking about the chip tournament people that are out. Come back the following day and get involved in a Calcutta, a player auction. So that's something we are considering. Players are considering.
I'm just off the handle here. Beautiful.
So lots of things to get involved with the JPNEWT. You got the chip tournament, you have the main event on Saturday into Sunday, and then you have the under 450 event on Sunday. Plenty to do, plenty to get involved with.
He sang about the bright elusive butterfly of love, I think the name of the song was. Bob Lind, Lind.
Do you remember Muhammad Ali?
All right,
had
so
some
I'll be
kind
right
of
back.
saying
I'm going
with
to shut this mic
butterfly?
off for
Float
just a
like
moment,
butterfly,
and
sting like a bee.
I'm going to watch a little
There you
short.
And I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
All right. So we get ready to revisit our action here. But Kenneth, you had a question about the chip tournament. What's a chip tournament? George, do you want to take a shot at that?
Sure.
Oh, hold on. I got George's mic turned off. Well, I got to fix George. Go ahead, George. You're good.
Linda, our tour director, we were down in Midlothian at the Virginia State 8-ball championships last November, and on a Friday night they were playing a tournament where it's a round robin and everybody gets handed chips, and the people that are the better players get fewer chips than the weaker players. And every time the weaker player, or any time a player beats another player, they hand him a chip or her a chip. And when you're out of chips, you go home. And when you end up with all the chips, they give you the do re mi.
That's right.
And it's a round robin. You play everybody in the joint, unless they got eliminated before they got to you, of course.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens, and if it's a small field, you'll start replaying players a little quicker than others. But
They drew 50, 60 players there. My man Ray Walters.
Ray Man. I was chatting with
Man was
him
running it.
just before the event, looking for some pointers on running the chip tournament. He was nice enough to chat with me, and just a stand-up dude, that guy. Ray Man from.
He's a retired special forces guy, a Navy SEAL. Ray, he's a professional fighting man, is what he was.
Yeah,
and now he still does like security and protection work. In other words, he teaches people self-defense and all that stuff.
Yeah, and
with the government.
I think that's probably why. And Rayman and I I would not say we're friends, but we're acquaintances. But I can tell you that you get a certain vibe about people. And me being from the military background, I'll just say that much. And I can sense that him and I are on the same page about some things. And that's, I can just tell he's a stand-up dude. And, just nothing but great things to say about Rayman.
Ray has the pro shop down there at the Diamond Billiard Room. He does expert cue repair. He's a real asset to the Richmond pool community. He runs tournaments there and leagues and stuff like that on his spare time, and plays in leagues. Ray is always on the go, non-stop. Good man. He ran the Action Pool Tour after Ozzy went to Las Vegas for a couple years, and then Ozzy ended up selling to the present owners. And Ray was
He made his own cue too, from what I understand.
he learned from Charlie Fleming at Charlie's Pro Shop up there at the new green room billiards.
Really?
He was a protege of Charlie Fleming.
I had no idea. So Kenneth, to answer your question, the chip tournament on Friday night at the JPNEWT is open to male and female. You can come and hang out, meet the ladies, no problem at all, and compete. We had an event last night. We had 17 players. It was our first chip tournament. And so for having a very limited announcement and some notification to some of the players in the house, we were able to get 17 people. And I tell you, they were asking, when's the next one? We want to do it again. So that bodes well.
This is looking tough.
George, you just stick this ball here and send the 8-ball 2 rails down towards the short rail. Try to get it towards the center of the table.
Lindsay has a very, very awkward. She's not over this ball to see it good. She's going to cut this ball more than she thinks.
Not a bad shot,
she did
man.
good with
That's a real nice shot.
That's as good as she could have hoped. That was just as good as anything could have ever done.
Kenneth, here, let me, if you wouldn't mind, so I don't have to jump out and then have to put, it's a small link. If you go to JPNEWT.com, and you can go and see the tour schedule. And we are going to add in, right now you'll see Saturday and Sunday for the ladies' events. You're going to see one chip tournament that was up there. We are going to add a graphic and a day for every Friday before the JPNEWT. Sheila, thank you so much. Sheila, a fixture of the JPNEWT, and often helping out with technical things and administration duties here at the JPNEWT.
I miss Sheila. I miss her coming down with her baked goods because they always tempt me.
George is thinking with his tummy again.
Well,
I've never seen a man light up so much when you put a plate of food in front of him. His eyes get big and he gets a big smile.
It's a drive.
So Sheila, he's missing you. He's thinking about your cookies.
Cookies, cupcakes. She made some pastries to die for.
Oh, that's right. The end of the year tournament event. I think we were all eating sweets.
Sweet.
Nice shot there by Lindsay.
That was a nice touch on that ball.
Christy, I haven't been following the bracket. Is the bracket behind on challenge? And primarily because I haven't had time to do that duty, and we have had other people working the challenge bracket, and it's not the official bracket. The challenge is not the official bracket. We're actually mimicking that from the main bracket, which is here. We will be switching over to full-on challenge for our brackets, and we'll be doing automatic scoring or real-time scoring, moving in that direction.
Oh, what a hit from Judie.
Nice shot by Judie.
Judie Wilson's on the hill. This is the 5th of the month, and it's almost over. And like I say, the sheriff, the locksmith, and the landlord are on the front door. And Judie was slipping up the fire escape with the cash when she cut that ball down the rail. She cut the eyes out of that ball. That was sweet.
Brackets also on our website. If you go to JPNEWT.com and go over to the live stream, there's a button underneath of there for the bracket. I was assuming that Christy, you might have known what that was at, but that was a bad assumption on my part. So you can also find it much easier than that long URL that you'll call it. In the future, if you ever want to find what the live bracket or the live bracket for any of our events, it'll be on that live streaming page. We'll have whatever events we got going. Even if we have simultaneous events, we'll have both those brackets there.
That losers bracket's a tricky place here. We got Linda over there. We got Caroline Powell over there. We got Kia Burwell over there. They all have treachery in their hearts. We have Eugenia Giftopoulos over there.
Is Eugenia over there? I think she's she might be out. Is she out?
Kia?
Oh, Kia. I thought you said Eugenia. No, Kia's here.
Eugenia's in. She's way up over here.
Ah, there she is. Oh, there she is. No wonder I didn't see her. She's over there on round 6 on the B side.
She's in the 5th, 6th slot.
5th, 6th slot, yep.
She got to the final 4 on the winner's side before she got steamrolled by Brianna Miller, I believe. That was what happened.
7-3 by Brianna.
She gave her a match.
Just a bit of a miscalculation there. I was trying to hit a little fuller. A little too thin.
Well, that might be a little skinny here, this angle. She might come underneath the 9 instead of trying to come back towards the side pocket. She had too thin an angle and tried to put the outside English and spear that ball, and you've got to aim for more cut when you're hitting shots like that, not less. Oh no.
If I could take a minute to say thank you to the people who support us. Thank you, Sheila, for liking our stream. Eric Nelson, thank you for sharing it and liking it. Joe Orla, thank you for liking our stream. We do appreciate all that support. Like and share. Get it out there.
And he's going to come up. You're going to play Kim McKenna, and she hasn't played.
I look forward to seeing you, Sheila.
I think she'll be here tomorrow.
What?
I think Sheila will be here tomorrow.
Oh.
I think that's the case. Sheila, are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah, she hasn't played in a while.
She's cool.
Well, she's a part of our TTMD squad, our team, and what a pick. I mean,
Yes, she played.
she's just on top of everything. and a great asset. I imagine to any organization that Sheila
Yeah, thank
decides to help
What
out,
table did you come off of?
whether it be work or otherwise.
Second one down.
Got it. Thank you. 11. Thank you.
That young lady Alyssa won again.
Alyssa Saul?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no. Okay, well, we'll make do without you tomorrow, Sheila.
That's another case where you
Oh.
got to shoot for the outside of the pocket.
Might have got fortunate with the roll there. Just bumped that 8 off the rail. Looks like it might have protected the 7. Let's see.
Oh, it did.
Okay, good night. Thank you so much.
Oh, good night.
This calls for the Efren Reyes Z shot. Kick the long rail. She might be able to hit it rail first.
All right, well, thank you for coming out. I hope you had a good time.
Good shot. Good hit. Cue ball struck the rail after contact from coming from behind. It was a good shot.
First weekend of April, I believe. But Evelyn's at Markley's in Philly. Yeah, that little car. But they're,
Next one down in Virginia or something.
yeah, they kind of bounce all over. I'm sorry I don't have the schedule on me. I normally do.
I love it. Looks like we got fans out here for Alyssa and Anna. Sheila, that's her friends from New Jersey. And listen, we are excited that they came as well. You know,
The one before the Bob
the more the merrier. And I don't see any shortage of interest from ladies. It's just a matter of getting the word out.
Well, April's next.
Yeah.
That's Markley's. What?
About tomorrow, if you're out, but I saw there was like a
Oh, cool.
tour if you wanted to under 450.
Yeah, so do you play in any Fargo rated
I
events?
do, yeah, I'm under 450.
Oh, okay.
Look at that shot. Wow. Nice shot there by Judie.
If you signed up for today or how's it?
Oh,
or
well-
like pictures, how much is it?
It's another tournament.
For best to gift, how much is it to get?
That one's low. I think it's like 25. And there's no fee or anything. Fun fact, that's the amateur. So that's why I paid. Everything's good back to you guys. Okay? All right. Hope to see you tomorrow.
I was probably doing nothing. Judy for the match. As I end the refrain. Thrust home.
All right, so Judie 7-1 over Lindsay Carroll, and I am, you know, very proud of Lindsay. She had to come out and get into into some tough action today, and so it's good to see her out here. I'm sure she'll be out again.
Well, the thing is that she lasted until 9 o'clock in a tournament like this.
That's right, George.
And
That's
she
right.
went 2-2 in Open Added Money Company.